Okay, and we are back with another session of Geek Night, where this time we'll be talking about Netsu no Susume. Okay, or in English, the recovery of an MMO junkie. Okay, so before that, I just want to check something. Give me a second. The recovery of an MMO. Okay, so it seems that the volume is working fine. The recovery of. Okay, I think I should lower the starting music bit. Yeah, just a little. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Netoju no Susume, or recovery of an MMO junkie, is that the story is about Morioka Moriko. It's this lady over here. Okay, so okay, uh, so this is the summary that based on my experience that I read. Okay, when I watched it. Okay, so Morioka Moriko was a well-respected OL before she resigned her job to be a niche. Okay, so if you don't know what is an OL means office lady. Okay, so you're gonna see that a lot. So if you don't know what that means, okay, so you should try to remember that. Okay, so she was an OL, okay, an office lady, and she was a well-respected one too. So you can consider her as somewhat of a career woman, okay, and you know, and by the time she was already in her 30s, okay, early 30s if I'm not wrong, okay, so she was quite well known and respected by a couple of others, even not in her company, because an OL have to deal with other companies, for example. Okay, so she resigned her job to be a need. It's not like she wanna pursue other careers. She just wanna give up working because she got burned out. Okay, so last week, the reason why I wanted to talk about meat is because last week, um, we did see there's a need in the anime. Okay, Anohimta. Okay, Anohana. So the thing is that Jinta, he was a student, so need doesn't really fit that well. But here, Moriko-san, okay, Morioka Moriko, she is the best example of a need in. I won't say all of anime, but she's a prime example. Okay, because since quitting, she didn't look for a job. She just spent her time lazing in her room. The thing is that she was, we in the anime we did not see she talk about parents or other family members. Okay, so I assume that she still lives in Tokyo and stuff. Okay, and probably she saved quite some money so that she can somehow live a comfortable life, even though she's not working. Okay, so she's not in employment, she doesn't have a job, she's not in education, means that she's not in studying as a student, and she's not even in training anymore. Okay, so this is because like I said before, she got burned out. Okay, that okay, if I mentioned this before, is that in Japan, you're gonna work extreme long hours. Okay, even though that on paper you're well, I did say this before, but I'm just gonna repeat it again. Even though it's going to be like 9 to 5, okay, but most of the time you're not gonna get back at least until 8 o'clock, something like that. Okay, the commuting is still is a factor in it, but it's not gonna be a big factor. Okay, because the reason why is that is because um you will feel a bit guilty leaving if you see your colleagues are still working. Okay, which is a little bit weird because maybe they haven't finished their work, so like, okay, I finished my work, so I should just leave. Okay, what's the point of me staying there? Okay, and so okay, we assume that she stayed late every day to when she's working. Okay, and apparently, okay, the work was so much. Okay, that she was not able to play her favorite MMORPG for 6 months. Okay, and because they're like, okay, working is very tiresome. Okay, I don't have enough time for myself. Okay, so the day, it's not saying the day she resigned. Okay, so when she resigned, okay, that night they have like a party. Okay, to welcome him. Okay, to welcome how should I say, to say farewell to her. But the thing is that after the next morning, okay, she like, oh, I don't need to go to work anymore. Okay, and she start her computer and oh, I just remember it's been a while since I played this MMORPG. So she tried to open it. Okay, the thing is that the server went down. Okay, because basically the MMORPG has been shut down. So it is until that level that she doesn't even have time to to play the game. Okay, so yeah, 6 months. Okay, she doesn't have the time to do so. Okay, without a doubt that I just now say normally the office workers are gonna get back at 8 p.m. at night. Okay, in Japan, at least normally. Okay, and it's not even rare to see somebody who came back at 10, 11, basically just like the house is a place to sleep. Okay. Mm. So she was suffering. She's like, maybe that's the reason why she quit. Okay. And then, okay, so, oh, this one here I wrote quite a lot. Okay, because it's, I hope that you can see. Okay. I hope that you can read it. Okay, so here the first part is that so she quit a job. Okay, so like one of the reasons is that she wanted to have personal time. Okay, one of it is playing the MMORPG. So she want to play it. The server's down, so we cannot play anymore. Okay, so when that happened, she started making she started finding a new MMORPG to play, which the title of the anime comes into play, Nettoju no Susume. Okay, basically like a recommendation for an MMORPG. Now, the English title for this anime is Recovery of an MMO Junkie, but to be more literal, or to be more exact, it means recommendation from the internet, something like that. Okay. So she started playing this new MMORPG because it does have the same vibe as the old one. Okay, so when she started making her own her account for the new MMORPG, okay, she'd say that okay, I still need to learn back the basics of MMORPG because this one is a bit different from the previous one. So, and then okay, she made a friend. Okay, but slowly when she played the game, she remembered that she was particularly in good terms with one of the friends in the previous game. But remember, since before she stopped playing, okay, it's not that she wanted to stop playing, it's just that she got too busy. Okay, so like probably like the last time they meet, like, okay, I might be busy, so I may not be able to log in. Oh sure, do you know when you'll be free again? I don't know. And by when the time, by now the MMORPG is closed. Okay, so basically they did not manage to exchange some contact info because they were pretty close. Okay, by the description of the flashback what happened. Okay, so with that she felt like this person, okay, we had so much fun together. I wonder what is he doing now, what is she doing now. Okay, I forgot whether they, in the old MMO, is that they swap genders. Okay, because in the new in the new MMO, she swapped gender. Okay, say Moriko is an office lady. Okay, so she was an office lady. She in the game she played as a male character. Okay, so basically the reverse version of Catfish. Okay, so um, hey, when she played, she remembered the old friend, and at the same time, okay, the new MMORPG that she played, yeah, she made a friend with a girl, uh, and she invited her to join the guild, okay, and you know the guild is a pretty lax guy. I mean, lax guild, so everybody like have fun, but in order to have this lax atmosphere, there are like some certain unspoken rule that we need to have. Is that which is never bring up personal uh personal personal things into the guild, yeah, or in the game, because think about it, okay, if you say, oh, my name is this, my name is this, and I work as this. Okay, so you divulge your information. So if you start to date, okay, at the end, okay, in a relationship, you will definitely have a lot of obstacles, and if you start dating, okay, online, whether or not the relationship is gonna be public online, in a sense that when you have your fights also, it's gonna bring a lot of trouble to the people around you, okay, in the game, okay, but but okay, the girl that that Morioka likes, okay, it turns out she is a guy, and what's more is that this guy was the same person that she the friend that we are talking about over here, okay? Okay, the friend that we talk about over here, where um she couldn't contact her again, okay? Him, okay? Yeah, well, in this sense, it is she's uh this part here is like the catfish, okay? He's a guy, but he's playing a girl, okay? So, and when okay, they it's not like she knows instinctively that um that the girl is the same person, but okay, since she enjoyed being with him, okay, and slowly they become good friends, and Morioka can't help to um to think about her, okay, and then in the real life, okay, remember both of them don't know each other, okay, don't know the truth of it, okay. So for example, that Morioka doesn't know that the girl was actually um from the same person, and also the girl is also a guy, so a lot of things being left in the dark, okay. But in the meantime, okay, the real life guy, okay, the real life guy, which is the girl, tried to get close to the real Moriko, okay, not knowing the truth, okay, because the real life guy, they live nearby together, if I'm not mistaken, okay, they live nearby, so Moriko caught his attention, okay, uh so there's a lot of how should I say, obstacles along the way, okay. By the end of the anime, okay, they found out the truth, okay, they found out the truth that okay, Moriko okay, Moriko is actually a girl, and the girl, well, let me show you the picture, okay. I think it's easier to show you the picture, okay. This is Moriko, okay, Moriko's character, and this one here is, you know, the guy's character. So they found out that, oh, she has been playing as this girl, and he has been playing Moriko has been playing as this guy, okay, he has been playing as this girl. So when that happened, they found out, and then like, hey, you played that game before? Yeah, I was him. So it's like kind of a heartwarming situation where both of them like like, this may sound cheesy, but it sounds like, you know, fate or destiny, or in Japanese they'll probably call this, you know, they are connected by, you know, red string. Okay, so okay, this anime is pretty good, okay, because, you know, they show a lot of things, okay, they show a lot of things that people go through, that, you know, I want to be friends, or might be I want to be in a relation with this person, but the thing is that if I like confess, then we might, you know, be awkward when we play the game, okay, so that feeling is there, okay, so it's kind of nice that they go through this minor things, okay. Now, okay, next part, I want to talk about the use of MMORPGs in game, okay. So because I myself was a big MMORPG player when, you know, when I was into it, okay, and right now it's sad to say that MMORPGs right now are not prevalent as much, okay. It's like a dying genre right now, okay, but I do wish that there's a good one, okay. Now enough about that. So MMORPGs in anime, okay, usually revolves around VR, which is a good premise, okay? Without doubt, it is nice because is that, you know, MMORPGs is like, you know, you are role playing as a warrior, as a paladin, uh, as a healer, as a mage, okay. So, you know, having VR, okay, plugging in the VR, experiencing it, okay, it does give a good premise, and like of and hoping that, you know, MMORPG in the future can be like this, okay. But okay, almost all of the MMORPGs that comes out, okay, I mean, all animes in MMORPG that come up is this, okay. Everybody starts doing it to the point that it got monotonous. So like, oh, it's another MMORPG anime. Oh, what else is it going to be? So it's going to have VR. It's going to have this. It's going to have this. Basically the same elements again and again. Okay, and and not only that, okay, it follows the VR route. It is usually accompanied by a harem-like situation. So basically, like, you know, uh, we've seen it in uh, we've seen it. The worst offender of this is, without a doubt, you should know which anime I'm talking about, and they're milking it as much as it can. Okay? The thing is that that anime is only good for the first season, and to some extent the second season. After that, it is so terrible. It's like, you know, it's just like harem fantasy. Okay, there's no other way to put it. Okay, but that idea like in the first season, which make it so popular, is that the you know, the thing is that you are in a VR and you got trapped in it, okay, in the extreme cases, okay, you got trapped in the game. Without a doubt, that anime copied from another much more older anime, okay. If you don't know, that anime is called Dot Hack, okay, which is not a harem anime. It's like more of a nightmare anime, okay, where it's not like the whole server can't get logged out. It's like usually it's just one guy who can't leave, and which is pretty fun to watch, like people around like trying to protect him if, you know, if he died, he might, died in real life as well. So that, yeah, SAO basically copied it and expanded uh, to the whole server. Okay, which is very, uh, I commend them for raising the stakes, but I don't, but I hated it after the second season. Okay, uh, so yeah, I if it end with Asuna dying, it is without a sad, but at least people can somehow accept it. But then they started milking it and milking it, milking it. I just can't bear it. So whenever I see promo about that, I'm like, oh god, another one. They're trying to milk it. Okay. So to me, SAO is the most overrated anime of all time. Okay. So next. Uh okay. So the anime, okay, this anime, Nezu no Susume, depicts fairly on how people will interact in both real life and in the game. So, like I say, this anime is very fun because you can see that when you're playing online, you're like trying to, hey, we should not dox ourselves. Okay, we should not like tell, hey, my name is this, I live here. So there is we shouldn't dox whether dox other people or ourselves. Okay, stop bringing our personal personal life into it. Okay, so there is that unspoken rule. Okay, even it's very prevalent in Japanese online community, okay, gaming community, but also to some certain extent, um, the international community too. But since I'm only played with the international community, okay, so what I would say is that there is a little bit of sharing some personal information. It's like, since we're playing internationally, okay, we'll be like, oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from this country. Oh, so I'm from this country. So like, there is a little bit of a little bit more lax compared to Japan, okay, but it's like, the idea of hooking up online in games, it's still frowned upon. Okay. So yeah. And is it like, and also like, hey, can I try to get to know this person? Okay. Can we meet up in real life? So that kind of like coping mechanism is still there. Okay. And it is really nice to see that. Okay. Now, next point is that I would really like to see MMORPGs being portrayed more realistically in anime. So it's just like this, but maybe like a group of friends, they wanted to make a guild. Okay, they wanted or maybe like a group of office workers who get around and meet in offline and say, oh, you work at here, you work at here. Okay, and then like somehow every weekend they gather around and play together. So something like that. Okay, like a K-On but for MMORPG. Okay, I do know there is one, okay, which I can't remember the name of the anime, but it's about a group of four friends. Okay, and spoiler warning, it's a horror anime in a sense. Is that the first the guy, yeah, we see it from the perspective of the guy, and the other three are girls, and they are in somewhat, all the girls are somewhat interested in him. Okay, but there's one girl who's basically like clinging on to him. So it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not realistic. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay, is that I do wish, like, seeing for example, okay, let's say for example, all of them are students. Okay, so you will see, like, for example, group of 4 friends, for example, make it easier, and the most strongest guy in the group is basically the ultimate warrior, okay, the reigning champion, okay, something like that, okay, and the other guy is like the mage, okay, the cool mage, and okay, let's just talk about these two to make it easier, okay. So when in real life, when they say, hey, should we meet up in real life? Where do you live? Oh, I live around this area. Huh? Wait, what a coincidence. I also live around this area. So why don't we meet up offline in this place? Sure. And then when they meet up in real life, okay, like, hey, aren't you the geek? Aren't you the geek from the first class? Uh, aren't you the bully from F class or something like that? Yeah. And like, so they're like trying to cope with the reality that, you know, the geeky guy is basically the strongest warrior in the whole server, and the guy who always tends to look like a playboy, like an idiot. And it turns out that he is he's pretty smart. So something like that. I do wish that this kind of like gap, okay, it is the story can happen realistic in life, but there's a gap that since MMORPG does let you role play something that you are not, okay, and I do wish that we can see more of this kind of interaction, okay, between the characters and in the anime, okay. So if possible, okay, if they're not gonna do that, if they're not gonna do like real life friends combining together to getting together, to play the game, maybe they can focus on like the gameplay elements, okay, like for example leveling or guild rates, okay. So this one is kind of sad. It's kind of sad that without doubt currently the one of the most famous slash successful MMORPGs is without doubt Final Fantasy 14. I'm wondering why Final Fantasy 14 they have not made an anime about it, okay. If they made an anime about it, I think that it will be successful, because like for example, without doubt when they made an anime about this, some people there's going to be a boost in the number of new players, okay. So they'll be talking about let's say, oh, a new player joining in, and then they do some quests together, and maybe later on they'll talk about going into this dungeon, okay. And in the anime they talk like, oh, there's a secret in the wiki. It says that if you do this to this boss, okay, before you fight the main boss, you're going to unlock like a secret weapon or a secret enemy or a secret boss of this dungeon. So like when that happened, like, wait, we like for example, even the long time players like, wait, there's a secret boss in the lower level. I didn't know that. So when that happens, it's going to be like, it's much more fun when that happens. But the thing is that it's quite sad that no MMORPGs. I'm looking at Final Fantasy 14, okay, for this, is that they have the backing to do it. They have the money, they have the finance, they have the talent to do it, but they didn't. I do feel like it's quite a waste that they didn't do this. Okay, so yeah, MMORPGs. Okay, most of these they're just fantasy, but they didn't show the efforts of people going through. Basically, MMORPGs they are not well portrayed in the anime industry. Same with one of the biggest offender other than MMORPGs are card games. Okay, I kind of get annoyed with okay, here's come another rant about me ranting is that without that, most of you who watch anime and whenever I talk about anime and card games, the first thing that people will think about is probably Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, so Yu-Gi-Oh, if you ask me, though in a sense the worst Yu-Gi-Oh of all is without the first season. And not the first season, the first series, okay, with Yugi Moto. The thing is that why I say that it is terrible because it's like he have plot armor. He have main character plot armor. He never loses except for one or two, okay, and those two they are not it's not like the time when he lose, it's not natural. Okay, so when there's another card game anime that I've watched here, which is Card Fight Vanguard. At first, I was really excited about it because why? We see that this guy, he is really a newbie in the game. He doesn't even know how to play it, and we see that he lose a couple of times, and then like, I don't have enough tier 2. I need more tier 2 to help me win. Or it's like, I only have one tier 3, which is my what is it, Buster Blade or something like that? I can't remember. Okay, so when you watch that, okay, when you see that he's going through the deck, thinking about the composition of the deck, how to make it more reliable and stuff, I feel invested in it. But whenever I watch Yu-Gi-Oh, especially the first series, is that Yugi like, hey, since when did he put this card in? Okay, I didn't know he had this card. Okay, maybe in the first couple of fights we don't know his full deck. Okay, so it's understandable that we'll see new monsters coming out, but by 100 episodes, we basically know like, he have this in his deck, he have this in his deck, but then suddenly like, hey, he took out a random new card that he had never talked about. Like, maybe I should put this in the deck. That didn't happen. I got so frustrated by it. Okay, so yeah, maybe talk about leveling up. Okay, about MMORPG. It's the same thing for MMORPG and the card games. Okay, they never show the process of leveling up. Okay, and improving yourself in the game. So that's one thing that I don't like about games in animes. They never show it. Okay, but okay, that's my biggest gripe with games in anime. MMORPGs in game. I screwed up. It's supposed to be MMORPG in anime. I screwed up. Okay, I feel like such an idiot. Okay, never mind. Okay, my thoughts on Netsuchi no Susume. Okay. By the way. Okay, this is Morioka. This is the character that she's playing. This is the guy, and this is the character he's playing. And this is the real life guild leader. Okay. Now, so what I think about this anime, it is without a doubt the biggest thing that they're supposed to talk about is that of course MMORPG, the online internet MMO part is also a big portion of it, but the underlying theme of it is dealing with monotony in life. Okay, playing the same thing over and over again. Okay, living through things over and over again. And sometimes you just wanna tap out of it. Okay, so basically, Morioka, she got tired of it and she tapped out. And in the anime, we only seen the part where she tapped out of it. Okay, she doesn't show that she's going to go back into the um into the workforce or something, because by the end of the anime, Morioka, she's basically in a relationship with the guy, and the guy accepted her. But the thing is that Morioka feel that, yeah, maybe I should not give up. Okay, maybe she's, who knows. I didn't watch I didn't wait a second, give me a second. Lethargic no Susume. Okay, it is a manga. It stopped at chapter 87. Okay, because it was the chapter is until 87. Okay, I haven't read it. Okay, but it was discontinued. Okay, because it was stopped for it was on hiatus for 3 years. So maybe there's something wrong with it. Okay, there's something wrong with the mangaka, maybe like that. Okay, I'm not sure, but I do wish that when it stopped there, I do feel like it's a good line for the anime to stop. Okay, but I do feel like the anime could be if it ever continues, we can talk about Morioka trying to get back to some semblance of a normal life. Okay, because there's no way she can continue being a NEET forever. Okay, the even though she have saving from working all these years, it's gonna run out sooner or later. Okay, and I do wish that we can have continuation of the story, but seems that the manga ended like that. We are not gonna get much. Okay, so okay, to wrap this up, I do feel like the anime have a potential to go even further slash manga. Okay, even though I haven't read it. Okay, there is something there. Okay, like for example, later on they might introduce a couple of other characters, because think about it. Okay, this guy, he's basically a part-timer. Okay, I forgot whether they talk about his age, but think about it. Okay, what would happen if this guy, he decided to become he get a real job? Okay, so part-time worker is not considered as a job. What I'm saying is that it's not a stable income. So maybe if he ever get a job, okay, like either one of them, okay, like for her during her prime, okay, what will happen to the guild? Okay, how will the guild survive if he's going to, like, in a sense, quit, or not being able to go online regularly? Okay, so that kind of thing might be an interesting point or to talk about or to focus about in the anime slash manga. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to go through it. Okay, because for me, I'm also an MMORPG player, and I do have a falling out because I have to go to university and stuff. Okay, so by the time I finish university, or when I have time in university, I did want to try to get back into it, but there's a barrier to it. Okay, because like it's been a while since I played. Do I know all of this? Okay, if I start back again, do I need to make new friends again? And making new friends, from zero, after a while, it's like there is a barrier, and seeing people dealing with that would also be refreshing for me. Okay, because one of another MMORPG, anime is Overlord, and I think they did quite well. Okay, during the first season. Okay, it's because the guy, the main guy, okay, Ainz Olgon, he is basically he keep the guild alive because he misses the friends, okay. So that was really portrayed in the first season, okay. And later season is like, you know, he's stuck in that world, okay. But yeah, other than that, I do feel like there's not a real good MMORPG portrayal in anime. Okay, that's what I feel sad about. Okay, now, what I do, okay, okay, that's all for Netsuju no Susume. So this would be my weekly schedule. Okay, so I don't think that I wanna stream tomorrow because I wanna rest a little bit because to tell the truth, right now I'm using Streamlabs OBS, okay, and I want to change Streamlabs, okay, and I want to change my streaming software. I want to change to OBS because if you don't know Streamlabs OBS, there's a lot of controversy right now, okay, and it's not only that, it's not only about that. It's that at first when I heard it, like, yeah, I've been using Streamlabs OBS for quite some time. I don't know what to do with it if I move on to another one. So, but then, you know, thinking about it, you know, in the future, okay, since there might be possible stuff about it, so maybe I think that sooner or later I might need to change. So yeah, I might do that. Okay, so I might pick. I might need to take the day off tomorrow to learn about OBS. Okay, which is why I want to take tomorrow off. Okay, so yeah. Okay, next, okay, on Thursday I'll have Wasteland. Friday also Wasteland. Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna play Love Coordination. Okay, so after that I'm gonna continue with Wasteland 3. And on Tuesday, I wanna do a Geek Night session on Wotakoi. Okay, Wotaku wa koi wa shinai, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, because the Netsuju no Susume comes around that time. Okay, around the Wotaku's time, and it's basically about otakus falling in love. Okay, even though they are working. Okay, so it's a very refreshing anime because it talks about, you know, about adults. Okay, okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream. Okay, so if you like Geek Night, okay, so what you can do is you can subscribe to the channel, you can like and share the videos. Okay, if you have anything you want to say to me, you can comment down below. Okay, and if you think that I'm doing a good job, okay, maybe you can join me live if you have the time. Okay, and if you like what I'm doing, you can also try and check my novel night where I'll translate visual novel into English as I play along with them during the weekends. Okay, so so that's it for today. Okay, tomorrow I'll be off because I want to learn some stuff. Okay, and I'll see if most probably I'll try to use OBS starting on Thursday. So when that happens, there might be some, you know, some weird some things that I might not be used to. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, for Geek Night today, and I'll see you on Wednesday where I'll be playing on Thursday where I'll be playing Wasteland 3. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today.